So, welcome everybody to another yoga class. My name is Natalie. Today is all about backbends. I will warm you up so we make our back supple, and then we're going to dive deeper into the backbends. If you have an injury or something else for which you need to make adjustments, please do. And like always, I don't have any sound on, so you can have your own nice yoga music in the background. So come, sit down on the mat or on your yoga block. Take a deep breath and start to focus all your attention on yourself. Close your eyes. You can either have your hands on your knees or rested in your lap. Start to relax your legs further. Feel that the floor is supporting you. Elongate your spine, sit up tall. And make your breath a bit longer and deeper. Breathing in and out through the nose. Try and make every in and exhalation of equal length. Slow and deep breath. When you inhale, notice you're starting from your belly, first blowing up your belly like a balloon, then slowly moving up, expanding your whole rib cage, and at the end the collarbones are lifting. When you exhale, you start from the belly, pulling in the navel, the ribs coming back to center, and at the end of the exhalation, you feel the collarbones moving down. And start to focus on your pelvic floor and lower abdominals. Pull in the pelvic floor, lift them up just gently and pull in your lower abdominals for about 30%, just a gentle squeeze. They're called your Mula and Uddiyana Bandha. The locks for your energy and protecting your lower back. And if you like, you can practice Ujjayi breath, creating a hissing sound, tightening the back of your throat a little bit, sucking in the air through your windpipe. And the sound will calm your mind even more. If you're not familiar with it yet, just focus on breathing in and out through the nose. And then you can slowly place your hands on your knees and gently open your eyes. And then we're going to start to warm up our back with making circles with our upper body. On the inhalation, I'll show you from the side, your chest is forward, and then when you exhale, you kind of arch spine, and you're hanging gently on your knees. You can do it in super slow motion, or maybe you're going a bit faster, but try and connect it to your breath. So inhaling the front of the circle, exhaling the back of the circle. So you warm up your spine nicely and your hips. One more, also do the other side. I already moved to the other side, don't forget. And that's it. Then on our inhalation, we're gonna bring the arms up. And on our exhalation, we're gonna bend to the side. We do that again, alternating sides. Inhale up, exhale, reach to the side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, stretch to the side. Keep your sitting bones grounded, arm by your ear. Inhale and exhale. And then coming back to center. Interlacing your fingers behind your back. Inhale. Pushing the chest forward, shoulders back, And exhale, relax the shoulders one more time. Inhale and exhale. All right. Slowly come on all fours. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Spread your fingers wide and don't hang, but push up from the floor. And then on your inhalation, you're slowly gonna lift your chest and tailbone. And only when you exhale, you start to move into the other position, pushing out your back. Inhale, use the length of your whole inhalation to slowly come into this position. And exhale, keep moving during the exhalation. One more time. Inhale, lift your chest and tailbone. Exhale, push out your back. And then from a neutral spine, wag your tail to shake the hips and the lower back, maybe even your shoulders. Now we are going to child's pose. Bring your big toes to each other and the hips to heels. Just bring the forehead to the floor if you can reach, or you can leave it in the air. Bring your arms by your side and focus on your breath. Take 3 really deep breaths, focusing on expanding your ribcage in the inhalation and coming back to center on your exhalation. And again, inhale, long, deep breath. Exhale, relax. Notice how you feel safe in this pose. And your back is fully stretched. You can always come to this pose during the class whenever you want or need. Now we are gonna come back to all fours. And then we're gonna tuck our toes under, bring the hips to heels to come into downward dog. Fingers widely spread, hands hip distance, shoulder distance apart, feet hip distance. And let's do the first one with bent knees. So we're really focusing on pushing through the base of the index finger and thumb so we can stretch out the arms, reach the sitting bones up in the sky. Make your shoulders wide, broad, so your armpits are away from your ears. They're kind of rolling towards each other. Long, deep breath. And then we're going to connect a few movements. So slowly bring the knees down. And then on your inhalation, you're coming back into lifting your chest and tailbone. And then on your exhalation, you push out into child's pose, nice round spine. Inhale back to lifting the chest and tailbone. And then you tuck your toes under. And then exhale, push out in downward dog. We do this 3 times. Slowly and gently following the breath. Inhale, lift your chest and tailbone. Exhale, stretch out your back. Inhale, slowly following the breath. And exhale, tucking the toes under. Push through your hands in downward dog. One more time. Inhale, knees down, chest and tailbone up. Exhale, stretch out your spine. Inhale, lift your chest and tailbone. Exhale, push through the hands, tighten your core, lift your pelvic floor and stay here for 5 breaths. 1, keep reaching the sitting bones up in the sky. 2, keep your feet parallel and reach your chest to your big toes. 3, 4, and 5. Now look towards your hands, jump or step forward, and inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold over your legs. Press the feet down. Inhale, slowly come up, reach through your fingertips. And exhale, bring your arms down. We do that again. Sun salutation. Inhale, bring the arms up, look up. And exhale, fold from the waist forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, look up. And exhale. The easy way is going on your belly like this. Press the hips in the floor. Inhale, lift your chest, roll the shoulders to the heels. And exhale, push through your hands, tighten your core, and come into downward dog for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Look towards the hands, jumper step in between. Inhale, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, bring the arms down. We do that one more time until downward dog, so vinyasa. Inhale, lift your arms, reach. Exhale, keep your spine long when you bow forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine again. Press the feet down and exhale, either step or jump. If you feel strong, you can just bend the elbows and come into upward dog, pushing away from the floor, or you do cobra again. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now we are gonna stretch our right leg up on the inhalation, and then when you exhale, you're gonna step it all the way in between the hands. If you don't get there in one go, you can lift it with your arm. You bring the left knee down, and then inhale, you reach up, and then exhale, you push through your hands, you tighten your core to come back into downward dog. We do that 3 times on the right and 3 times on the left. Inhale, lengthen, lift your leg. Exhale, use your strength to gently step the foot down and knee down. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, use your strength, push through your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, back. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. We go to the left side. Inhale. If I'm going too fast for you, you can just do it a bit slower. Exhale. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, push through your head. Use your core. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, big step. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, downward facing dog. Well done, that's a really good warming up. You should feel a lot warmer now. So we're gonna step the right foot forward and start with some first back bends. You would like for your left knee to have a nice soft mat or blanket or a little yoga prop underneath. I forgot to put it ready today, so I'm just gonna fold my mat today every time I need some soft support for my knee. So you choose how you want to support your knee. You can also use a blanket. And then first, we are gonna start with bringing the hips forward, letting gravity gently bring them down, but we're lifting up through our chest and our crown. We're gonna start with our hands on our right knee. Make sure you're lifting your pelvic floor and you're pulling in your lower abdominals. So you don't hang in your lower back, but you're lifting up through your chest. 3 deep big breaths here. 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to place your left hand on the floor if you can reach, or if you have a block, you can put it on there. If you can't, you just leave the arm by your side and you lift your right arm up by your ear and you gently bow to the left side. You reach through the side. So if you can support with your hand, that's nice. But if not, then you're more in the middle, in the center line, and you have a smaller bend to the side. One more breath on this side. And then on the inhalation, come back to center and move to the other side. Right fingertips to the floor or on top of a block or a book. And reach through your left fingertips and gently bow to the side. 2 more deep breaths here. 1. And 2. Come back to center. And then from here, come on both knees for the puppy pose in between before we go to the other side. Keep your hips above the knees and gently bring either your forehead closer to the floor or maybe your chest towards the floor, lifting your head or turning it to the side. 3 deep breaths here. 1. 2. And 3. Slowly bring your upper body up and change sides. So the left foot is coming forward, bring the hips forward and hands on knees. We stay here for 3 deep breaths. Lift your pelvic floor, pull in your lower abdominals, lift through the chest. 1, 2, and 3. Bring your right fingertips to the floor, left arm by your ear and gently bow to the right side for 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Come to the other side, lift your arm and reach to the other side. 1, 2, and 3. Back to center and come into your puppy pose where the knees are under your hips. You slide your arms out and really surrender into the pose. Lift your pelvic floor also here so you don't hang in your lower back, but you bring the stretch up into your upper body. 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Then you can lie down on your belly, ready for cobra. Bring your hands on either sides of your chest, hips down in the mat, especially the pubic bone goes down into the mat. And then inhale, lift your chest, roll your shoulders to the heels, and exhale, come down. 3 times. Inhale, the small movements using the strength in your back muscles to lift your chest. Keep pointing your toes away from you. And exhale, come down. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. And then gently come into your downward dog. I need to pull my mat out. I forgot that. Maybe you have to do it too. And then come into your downward dog for 3 breaths. 1, stretching out your arms, sitting bones up in the sky, chest towards toes. 2. And 3. Then slowly walk your feet forwards towards your hands. And then let's bend the knees and dangle our upper body. Move it from left to right to release any tension in your back or in the back of your legs. And coming back to center. Then bring the hands on the back of your legs and slowly come up. And then moving those hands in your lower back if you can, with your fingers facing up, otherwise to the side, pushing the hips forwards, squeezing your butt together, pressing your feet down in the floor, lifting your chest up, and then exhale, gently fold forward again, and we go back into rotating our upper body or kind of swaying it more, you would say in English. And then we're gonna roll up again like we did. So moving the hands on the back of your leg, slowly roll up, press the feet down, squeeze the butt together, gentle supporting your lower back from your hands, lifting through your chest for 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Slowly bend forward again. And from here, step into your downward dog. We're gonna lift our right leg and then step it forward in between the hands, bringing the left heel on the floor and our upper bodies up. Now let's lift that left heel again and then push through your left heel away from you. And then lift your chest up, and then if you like, you can do a very gentle back bend, lifting through the chest, just teeny tiny backward bend here. 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Bring the upper body back up, and then bring that left knee down. Now straighten the right leg, flex your foot, and bow forward with a long, long spine. So maybe your hands are on your hips, or maybe you can reach the floor. You can also put them on blocks or books if you have that. And then when you bow forward, you want to feel the stretch on the back of your right leg, but you want to keep your spine long. So bring your chest towards your big toe. 3 deep breaths here. 1, 2, and 3. Then from here, you're kind of gonna sit down on your right bum, and then you want to make sure that the left leg is folded like this, but the toes are pointing behind you. So you don't want to have the foot like this, but the toes, they're on the floor behind you, and you can even open your leg a little bit more to make it easier. Now we are gonna move to the side. So this is my right leg. My right arm can either be on the floor or it's on top of my leg. My left arm is straight and by my ear, and then I rotate my upper body. If I'm up in the air, I can just let my arm hang down like this, and I keep bringing my chest and my elbow up to the sky. If I'm further in the pose, I can reach my toes, but then again, I'm opening up my chest to the ceiling. So let's dip that left shoulder down and up. So exhale, dip the shoulder down, chest to floor. Inhale, open the chest, look up. Exhale, down. Inhale, open up. And if you're up here, it looks like this. Exhale, chest to the floor. And inhale, up to the sky. And then slowly come up. And then you're gonna slowly come back into the downward dog for the other side. So lift the left leg up and step it forward. Big, big, big step. Bring your upper body up. Lift that right heel off the floor and push that heel away from you so you feel a stretch on the front of your right hip. Now reach through your fingers. You can have your hands together or maybe a little bit open for the shoulders. Keep lifting up through your chest, and if you like, have a tiny back bend here. Make sure you're squeezing your core, so lifting your pelvic floor, pulling in your lower abdominals, reaching up through your chest. One more deep breath here. And at the end of your exhalation, bring your hands in front of your heart, the right knee on the floor. Flex that left foot, straighten it, and find out how far you can bend forward, but still keep your spine long. 3 breaths here. 1, 2, and 3. And you're slowly going to sit down on your left bum, and then the right leg is folded. You can even bring it a bit open to the side and watch those right toes. They're on the floor, pointing away behind you. Now, your left arm can be on top of your left leg, or if you can reach the floor, it goes to the inside of the leg. I'll show this one first. Right arm by your ear, let the rest of the arm dangle, and then exhale, rotate the chest to the floor. Inhale, rotate the chest, open it to the ceiling. Exhale, roll down. If you're deeper in it, it's the same. Inhale, roll up your chest. Exhale down, inhale, roll up, exhale down, and gently come on all fours. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, fingers widely spread, active arms, so push off from the floor. We are gonna bring our knee to the chest, and then you arch your back and your shoulders. And then you're gonna pretend you can touch your head with your toes, so you're arching the other way. Here we go, exhale, and inhale. 2 more, exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale. Now you can either stay here, or with your opposite arm, you can try and reach that foot or ankle or your trousers if you can reach that something. Don't let the knee drop. The knee is to go up in the air and your leg is pulling on your arms or your chest goes up, and then you can look over your left shoulder for 3 breaths. 1, or both hands on the floor. 2, and 3. Look forward and bring the hand and knee down. I'm going to do the other side. So from your arched back and shoulders, the knee comes to the chest, and then you touch your toes to your head. 3 times. Exhale and inhale, and exhale and inhale, and exhale and inhale. Either stay here, or for the next level, grab your opposite hand to your foot or ankle or trousers. Pull on the arm with the leg. Keep lifting that knee and look over your right shoulder for 3 breaths. 1, the hand and knee on the floor, firmly in the floor. 2, as if they want to come together. And 3, slowly bring your knee and hands to the floor. Touch your big toes. Stretch out in a child's pose here to relax your back and get ready for the next pose. 3 breaths here. 1, nice deep big breath. 2, and 3. Slowly come back onto all fours, tuck your toes under, and then walk your feet forward. Your feet can either be touching, or you can have them hip distance apart. I prefer the feet together here. I'm going to transfer my weight a bit on my fingertips, because we are going to bring the right leg up. Actually, you can do it on your full hands. You could bend your left knee so you can actually touch the floor, or you're on blocks or books. And then you can do 2 things. You can either keep the hips on the same level, so your right toes are pointing down, or if your leg can go up higher, your hips open up a bit for your split. So it doesn't really matter how high your leg is coming. I want you to straighten the leg, so not bending the knee, straighten it through your heel, so flexing your foot, and then as high as you like today. 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Then stepping the foot down, and then we're doing it on the other side. This will be a tough part of the class. So either the toes to the floor, hips at the same level, or bring the leg up higher. Doesn't matter how high, keep the leg straight. 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Bring the foot down, shake it out a little bit here, and then we are gonna go to the next pose. We are now gonna bend the right leg, so back to the right leg and bend it, and then see if you can grab it with your left foot. So if you have a block, it's easier because then you can rest on the block. If you don't have a block, then your hand is on the floor or on your fingertips. And you kind of want to do the same pose like we just did on our hands and knees, and it's quite tough. You might want to look over your left shoulder, you might want to look at the floor, but stay here and then pull on your arm with your right foot and then bring it down. Shake it out for the other side. This is a toughie. Find your breath again. Nice long deep breath, and then bend the left leg, and then with your opposite arm you try and reach that foot and pull on your chest to bring the chest up. 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Very well done. Now let's bring the feet hip distance apart and gently bring the upper body from left to right with the knees bent, releasing any tension in the back and in your legs. And then we do the same like we did before, the hands on the back of the legs, gently rubbing them up, bringing them into your lower back for support, pushing the feet down and tighten your butt together from your legs and lift up through the chest for 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Gently roll down again and then come on all 4s. We are now going to do it on our knees, what we just did standing on our feet. Camel pose. We're going to do it in different levels. We start at the easiest one. You want to pretend there's a wall in front of you and you're pushed against it with your legs and your belly. Your hands are in your lower back if you can, with the fingers up, otherwise with your fingers facing the side. So tighten your legs, squeeze your butt together, and then lift through the chest. And have a gentle back bend here. Keep lifting up through the chest. Tightening your core, and don't forget to breathe. 2 more breaths. 1, and 2. Really squeeze your legs together and your butt, and then slowly come up. For the second one, you can either do exactly the same, or you go a step further. You can tuck your toes under, and you can see if you can touch your heels. If so, you can do the same position like this. You don't want to do this because that's kind of cheating. You want to keep the hips pushing forward. So either here or the same what we did, or if you're flexible enough with your feet flat. 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. First, place your hands in your lower back, come up, head up, and then we rest it out in child's pose. So bringing the big toes together, forehead towards the floor, and 3. Long and deep breath, focusing on expanding your ribcage on the inhalation. And letting it come back to center on your exhalation. 2 more breaths. 1, and 2. Slowly come up. And then we are gonna lie on our belly for the last step. Now we are gonna do the same, but lying on our belly. We are first gonna bend the knees and then see if we can grab our ankles or your trousers, because then they can pull on your arms so your chest lifts. So first, focus on the hips, push the pubic bone down into the floor, and then with your legs, pull on your arms so your chest comes off the floor for 3 breaths. 1, keep flexing your feet either all the way or through your balls of your feet. 2, and 3. And then lie down on one cheek, moving the hips a little bit from left to right, relaxing the lower back. And now again, you have a choice. You can either do the same one. If it was too difficult, you could just only lift up your chest, working on the strength in your back. If you could do it, you can do this one the same. If you want to go further, you can try and roll on your left side. You have to lift your chest really up, up, up to do this. And if it doesn't go in one go, you can use your right hand to just push up into it. And then you're lying on your side. And then we're coming back to center. Inhale, lift your chest. And we're moving to the right side. Keep that arch in your back. Have a nice back bend when you're lying on your side. 2 more breaths. 1 and 2. Then place your hands on top of each other. Place your forehead on your hands. Your legs are hip distance apart and the toes are to the outside. And then you move your hips from left to right, giving your lower back a massage. This is called crocodile pose. And then, oh, looking at the time, it's almost time to finish the class. So let's come on our back to stretch out the back one more time. I'm gonna get closer so I have more space. So let's do a nice twist in the lower back here to release any tension you have from those back bends today. So bring your knees together and then roll the legs to the right side. The legs come on the floor. The left shoulder is in the air, and then you can gently breathe into it. Doesn't have to touch the floor. But feel the rotation in your lower back and let all the muscles and tissues on either side of your spine relax when you exhale. If you want it more intense, you just bring the knees up a little bit. 2 more breaths here. And you slowly roll the knees up. Knees are touching, and then the legs come all the way to the left. And then you breathe into that right shoulder. Doesn't have to touch the floor. Feel the nice stretch in your pectoral muscle here towards your shoulder. If you don't want that, you can also bring your arm by your ear, just focusing on the lower back mainly. 3 breaths here. 1, 2, and 3. Bring the knees back up. And then make yourself really small, touching your nose to your knees. And stretch out. For the relaxation pose, you have a few options. If your lower back is a bit painful from all those back bends, I used to have that a lot in the beginning, you can just rest your knees together like this. That's really nice for your lower back. You can also straighten the legs, and then if you have blocks or cushions, you can place them under your knees so your hips are broad and wide and relaxed. You can also do a hip opener, placing the soles of the feet together. Have a little extra stretch here. Or the traditional Shavasana pose. So choose your option. And then start to notice how your body is lying on the floor, where it touches the floor. Breathe into those locations. And let your body relax further and become heavier and heavier. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart and the toes and knees are rolling to the side. With the hand palms face up, your arms are away from your body. And then just lift your chest so you can bring the shoulder blades closer together and lie down on your full shoulder blades again. And then roll the head from left to right. Back to center, chin on chest. And place your head back on the floor so your neck and shoulders are relaxed as well. Make sure your tongue is in the back of your throat, touching nothing. Relax your lips and your nostrils. Relax your cheeks and your ears. Relax your eyes and your eyelids. Relax your forehead and all the skin on your head. Let your body take over the breath. And now your body is relaxed, it's time to relax your mind. You have different strategies to do it. The first step is to become an observer. So you don't have to do anything anymore. Now you only have to be, stay present, and observe. You could observe your breath. Notice when you inhale and exhale. You could also bring your attention to one point on your body, your third eye, your belly button. You can choose. And stay there with your focused attention. Now your mind will wander because it takes time and practice to stay in one spot with your attention. Whenever you notice it, only notice that you have wandered with your mind and bring your attention back to your breath, to that single point. I'll let you practice being for 1 more minute and then my voice will return. When you're lying here, totally relaxed with your calm mind, just notice how your level of creativity is at the moment. Are you very creative? Do you like to dance or sing or draw or cook? Or have you become more still, not feeling any want or need to be creative? And then try to set the intention for yourself to do something creative today or tomorrow. Can be anything, like I said, cooking, walking, meditating, drawing, dancing, something to express yourself. And then you'll notice it will give you a really good feeling. If you like to stay a bit longer, please do. You can stay here on the floor, lie down. Otherwise, pretend you're waking up. Move your fingers and toes, stretch out your body. Pull your knees into your chest and roll on your right side using your arm as a pillow. Taking a moment to wake up. And then slowly come up. You can use your left hand to push yourself up. Come in a comfortable position for you to sit down. Place your hands in front of your heart. Close your eyes one last time. Think of somebody you love, you would like to give something to. Can be anything. Some love, attention, a card. And then when you bow forward in your mind, you're sending it to the person you think now. And then you slowly come up. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a great day. See you next time.